Hi, everyone. This is Gail, and I have released this book, Service Dog Pipsie Helps After a Hurricane. You all have asked, oh my gosh, I've gotten so many questions about how did you do the graphics for the book. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that tonight. I'm actually going to show you how I did some of the graphics. It can be a little hair pulling at times. This is my second book. So I started making the graphics over a year ago for the previous book. And I've had some eye-opening moments, let's just say that, working with the various platforms. But first, hi, my name is Gail, and welcome to my live stream tonight. We are all about be bodacious, which means you're not going to let life get in the way of living. And I thought I'd go ahead and show you about doing some of the graphics because a few of you all have shown interest in writing your own books, but you didn't know how to do the graphics. So I'm going to show you that. Spike Man is in the house. Hi, Spike Man. How are you doing? It's good to see you. So welcome back. Also want to invite everybody to please give me a like on the live stream and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. So the book writing was really pretty much the easy part on this. Ooh, Spike Man says, Gail, I have an old Union Pacific Railroad Spike. That's cool. Spike Man just has like all the neatest train stuff, all of it. So thank you. Oh, and do bear with me a little bit tonight. I have actually, I've got that one on wrong. I've actually managed to sprain not one, but two wrists. I fell and took them both out. So maybe a little slower typing tonight than I would like. Also, just bear with me. I'm on azithromycin. Asthma kicked into high gear there and caused some problems. Valerie Reese is in the house. So hi, Valerie. Welcome. Good to see you. I got to see her the other day when she was donating a bunch of socks and things. So really appreciate that. So, all right. This one, fortunately, because of the groundwork that I had with Pipsie Goes to Service Dog School, I had the very basis for some of the graphics. So I knew what I wanted Pipsie to look like, and I knew what Nona was going to look like because I want to keep all of those just smooth across the books. Hey, she leaves for Peru at 5 a.m. How are you not like, how do you even have time for this live stream and you're not running in circles? I would be definitely in circles. She's doing good, but tired. I'd say so. I hope you're one of the people who can get some rest on a plane. I hope so. So, right. So I want you guys to give me some ideas. What kind of graphic would you like to see tonight? Because I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, all the programs that I use are free. I did go ahead. ChatGPT has some limits on the number of graphics you can generate in a single day. So I did go ahead and pay up for the membership on that. It's like $20 a month. So now that the book is written, I'm probably not going to keep it that long. The other programs that I use are Bing Create. And there's a couple of different ways you can go on Bing Create when it comes to generating the graphic. I'm going to show you how to do that. One is the model DALL, DALL-E, and there's three. Then there's ChatGPT-4o, which is supposed to give you consistent characters and styling. I'm not really sure that I've seen it that much. The DALL program I have. And then there's a new one, MAI Image, and I actually have not tried that at all yet. It's supposed to be good for lighting and textures and details like that. So I might play around with that in the live stream tonight, but I'm not real sure. So we'll see. And for the program that I use to manipulate the graphics, I use PhotoScape. with that. Now, PhotoScape has the free program and the paid program. And I really encourage you to start off with the free program because that'll give you an idea of, whether you like it or not, because you can always pay up later. I did go ahead years ago. I bought it and it was like a one-time fee. I don't have a subscription or anything like that. And I think that was around $20. But I've had it for a few years. One of the things that I really like about that is once you buy it from them, you own it. There's no, oh, we have to upgrade this, pay extra money, or anything like that. You pay your, what is it they used to say? You pays your money, you takes your chances. So, but I've really, really enjoyed it through the years. So I went from, and it's at photoscape.org, and I went from PhotoScape, like I said, to the PhotoScape Pro, and I've been really, really happy with it. You don't have all the features that you would if you're going to do something like Photoshop, because you're only paying like $20, folks. So come on. So that would be wide, and you can download it from CNET. So okay. Okay, so Spikeman says his friend 3D printed the movie accurate Polar Express train. That is really cool. Friends like that, you don't find those all the time. That is pretty neat. Pretty sneak. So, all right, why don't we do this? Why don't we do a graphic of a service dog in front of a train? Do we want to try that? Let's go ahead and see what comes up. But, I'm not familiar with that at all. Well, obviously, yes, I'm familiar with Union Pacific Railroad, but not the Canyon. See, you've already given me something to look up. So, okay. So, all right, we're going to go. I'm on Streamlabs Talk Studio here. So, I'm going to go into the screen to share the screen. And this is what it brings you to. Now, where I am right now is I am in Bing Create. It's bing.com/create, or you can just see it right up here if you want to go to bing.com and then here. It gives you some things to play around with, are the different types. I'm just going to go ahead for right now and leave it at the Dow E3. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Like, I have no idea. But I'm going to leave it set on that, where it says it's good for quick, stylized art. It's also got the aspect ratio. You can play around with it, square, horizontal, vertical. I'm going to go ahead. Everything I do is in rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a horizontal. And I know this is a little different than what I usually do, but that's just because you all have been asking. And on the book, on this one about helping with the hurricane, I am donating the profits. Whoops, wrong button there. I am donating the profits to the end of the year to the Johnson County Long-Term Recovery Group. They're in my county. They're the ones that are tasked with helping people rebuild their homes. So anyway, we've got this other free image creator. It's still Bing Create, but look down here. We go to model. Let's just go into the GPT-4o. And what we're going to do, whoops, I'm going to move this one. Okay, so what we're going to do, horizontal, we're going to do the Dow. Okay. I got to keep switching it here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in cute yellow lab service dog stands in front of a train engine. How about there are gentle hills and green grass behind them. The train is on the railroad tracks. So you type in whatever you want it to be, and you have to be a little specific, okay? Let's make it a summer sky with light, fluffy clouds. And I'm going to say make this a cartoon format as though it's a book for preschoolers. And I'm going to copy this because I want to use the same thing over on the other side, the other tab. So DALL-E aspect ratio 7:4, image quality 4. So this is actually going to print out 4 images. Sign in and create. What? Okay. Hold on. I got to sign in. No, I don't have it. Oh, give me a second, y'all. This is being a pain. I don't have a passkey set up. Ow. I'd signed into it earlier and apparently somehow I'd gotten kicked out. Just like in school, right? You mess up in class and get kicked out. Oh, going back over here to my chat, Spikeman is saying it has a river, and the Feather River Canyon is very beautiful. I'll have to look up some photos of that. So, okay. Let me see if I can get back into this now. Oh. Sorry, but we're having trouble signing you in. What? I don't know why it's having trouble. Hang on just a second. Okay. Here we go. Well, I am back in it. It looks like I'm signed in. So, okay, great. Now, here we go. And so it's not really, I do want to back up a little bit because when you type in your description, that's the starting point for your graphic. You're going to really need to look it over and make lots and lots of changes. And I've used multiple programs to do that. So hold on. Hey. So hold on just a second. We're going to go into changing screens here. You know, I should have it make you a graphic. Yeah. My pup there. Okay. So now we're back into the same tab where we were. I had copied and pasted the description. Copy the description so I could paste it in. Still the same model, DALL-E3, aspect ratio 7:4, image quality 4. It's going to create 4 graphics for me. So we're going to go over here and go into create. Now on the other tab here, we're on ChatGPT-4. I'm going to type in the same thing, except I'm going to change the aspect ratio to 3:2 horizontal because I wanted a rectangle. Now this one, it only gives me 1 image. Okay. So we're going to create that. Okay. So I have already, let me sign in again. Okay. Hey, Spider-Man the hero. How are you doing? I hope you're doing all right. Better, at least. Okay, so now I'm in here. I just reloaded the screen and it signed me in. Same prompt. The program is Model GPT-4o, as we said, aspect ratio 3:2. It's the rectangle, but it will only do 1 image. We're going to click create. And while it's thinking about doing its thing, I'm going to type the exact same prompt into ChatGPT. And this is ChatGPT 5. And let me see. I'm switching screens because they have to think about what they're doing. So, okay, we're over here thinking about it. This is GPT Tash 4.0, and it is based on, we're still at Bing Create. So let me go into the next one. Okay, and this is the one that gave me 4 graphics. And these are all pretty cute. Kind of close to like the original Pipsie, which is kind of neat. I'm going to show you how I change it up. It doesn't have to be for a book. You make a graphic for whatever you want to. If you want to send an e-card to a friend, or make a little cute t-shirt for yourself, and there's tons of things. But anyway, I'm back up here. I really like some of these. We're looking at the DALL-E 3 prompt. So I told it the rectangle, and what it gave me on this one is a rectangle with an oval. So that's not what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to delete that. It can go away. This one's better, I think, a little closer to what I had in mind. Now, this is one I potentially would use. And that is because I want to put Pipsie in it. And so I can take out this dog and do some maneuvering, which I'll show you that. So I might take it. And there's another one. Now, this one looks pretty good too. The thing about this one is it's going to be harder for me to manipulate and get rid of the dog without making the train look weird. And I don't want to do that. So on this clump of 4 graphics rather, what I'm going to take is this one. I'm going to go ahead and download that. Now, all of these were using the same prompt, by the way. So, okay, so on this, it went ahead and opened up my PhotoScape. So close this out. Now let's go over. Here we are. I told it this is in ChatGPT. I did not specifically say to make it in a rectangle format because I was directly copying and pasting, so it didn't know that. But look at this graphic and watch what happens when I say that looks great. Create that in a rectangle for me. So it may come back. Okay, sometimes it'll come back with a prompt asking you to clarify what you're trying to get it to do. And let's go over here to the, this is the Bing Create using the GPT-4o model. Asked it to do a aspect ratio of a rectangle. So this is 3:2. I really don't like this as well. And here's an interesting thing for you all to keep in mind. This is both this is Bing Create, and this is Bing Create. So it's the same website, but it's using a different type of formulation because it's using 2 different sources, DALL-E versus the GPT-4o. Now, for me personally, I don't like this one at all. To me, it's dark. Let me open it up bigger. So to me, it's dark. And I don't really like that. But here, it did listen to me when I said I wanted general hills, grass, the train on the railroad track, summer sky. It did listen to me for all of that, which is great. So here's what I want to do. I want to make just a slight tweak to this just to see what it will come up with. So cute yellow lab service dog stands in front of a train engine. How about a blue train engine? And I'm going to let it pick out whether it's light blue, dark blue, in between. it's just going to be able to pick that. And then there are gentle hills and green grass behind them. The train is on railroad tracks. I'm keeping all of that. Summer sky with light, fluffy clouds. I like that. So I'm going to say that's the only thing I'm going to change is that one word. Okay, blue train engine. So let's see what it's going to come up with. Hold on. It doesn't want to do anything. Now, this is very unusual. So, okay, we're just going to give that a minute to think about its life choices. And we're going to go in here and add the same word, blue train engine. And while it's doing all of that work over on Bing Create, I'm going back over here to ChatGPT. Now, I had told it to create a graphic with a cute yellow lab service dog standing in front of a train engine. It says there are gentle hills and green grass behind them. The train is on the railroad tracks. Summer sky with light, fluffy clouds. To make this a cartoon format, because it's a book for preschoolers. This is what it, oh, I'm going to sneeze. This is what it first gave me. I came back and I said, looks great. Create that in a rectangle for me. But here's where I got in trouble. I didn't specify a horizontal rectangle. So how about a 3:2 format? And we're going to see what it comes up with now. So give me just a second. So you can see the differences in what you get, even with the same prompt going across the board. So really what you want to do, Valerie says she can't see what I'm working on. You can only see one picture. Okay. Let me go in here and reshare the screen. Maybe that will help. Give it just a second here. Okay. Okay. Bing Image Creator, Bing Create. I hope you can see this. This is the first one standing in front of a train engine. This is not the version with the blue in it because I went back to the original graphic. But cute yellow lab service dog stands in front of a train engine. I am going to add the word blue right in front of that. Nothing else is changing. Now it gives me the option to edit the prompt. 3:2 horizontal, and it's in the middle of creating it. So we're just going to leave this one alone and see what it comes up with. And I'm not going to change the screens. So I want you to be able to see it, Valerie. And it sometimes takes it a minute. But I want you to see how different this is going to look by simply changing the one word. It can the one word, just like adding the color in, it can make ChatGPT come up with a completely different graphic. And I think that's what it's going to do. And when you're using ChatGPT or any kind of AI to create a graphic, something that you want to go back and you want to do is make sure that your character, let's say you're using a dog, let's make sure that the dog has 4 legs, 1 tail, 2 eyes, 1 nose, because when you're looking at graphics and programs and things like that online, sometimes you can spot errors and you know immediately it's made by AI because there will be an extra paw and so forth. So, okay, this is what this graphic came out to be. And it has changed the shape of the dog's face, the type of train engine, and just made several other changes there, as opposed to the previous version. In this version, I think this dog looks a lot more friendly. And the dog is more pronounced. He's actually got a snout. His vest is a little bit more accurate. So just look at how the vest is created on this one. I'll show you what I mean between the other one because it looks a lot different. Okay, so you see the vest doesn't come all the way down on his legs. So it's just little changes like that. Now, I would use this graphic potentially if I was looking at a graphic to tweak, but I wouldn't use it as it is because I just don't think the service dog looks friendly. Okay, so that's one type, using the Bing image creator on that. I'm going to go back in and we're going to go into the other, still Bing image creator. We're still going to go look at the other graphic. Now this gave me a set of 4. It is the DALLE-3, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know. And I'm just going to change the one word. Again, we are going to make this a blue train engine. All the aspects are the same. Recreate. Let's see what we come up with. And it's going to take it a minute again to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a minute. You can't really rush this because it's going to take however long it takes to process it. It's usually pretty quick though. All right, here we are. Now, this is the one that gave me 4 graphics earlier, this type. And I like these graphics that it gave me as opposed to the others, the other program or platform, because they're brighter, they're more cheerful. I told it to make it look like a children's book, and these graphics are being bright and cheery. I would use something like this. So, okay, here is, let me go back. It's given me 4 graphics to choose from. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look at the 4 graphics one at a time. I'm going to pull them up. And now remember, these are the earlier graphics. And I'm just going to flip through. This is one I said I might use. And they're all pretty darn cute. But they've got the red engine. So let's compare those to the blue engine, blue train engine. Whoops, didn't mean click save. Oh well. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. I would, depending on my time, if I wanted a blue train engine, and I would consider this. If I didn't already have a specific idea for Pipsie, I would potentially use this one just straight as it is because it's bright and cheery and it looks like it's got, okay, it's just going to change on me, but it looks like the dog has all body parts accurate. Now let's look at this one. This one's cute, but this is obviously, the other dog was obviously a boy and this one's obviously a girl. You can tell by her cute little heart shape on the tag there. this wouldn't be a hard graphic to manipulate if you needed to do that. And this one gave me the dog, which the dog is cute, just saying. Not, and more grass and the shrubbery in front and the fences. And I didn't ask for a fence, but they're cute. I could go with that. But it's taken this entire rectangle and it's put it on a tan background, which I didn't ask for. And here we are with a blue train engine and another boy dog with extra stuff that I didn't ask for, which is fine in this case. But I want you to go, as I flip through, I'm just going to pull up this one. I don't know if you can tell, but this train engine is different from this train engine. So it's a matter of just whichever one you want. So these are not either one of these. Either one's going to be fine. Look here. And I'm going to go over into ChatGPT. Now, this is going to be the third variation of the same graphic with ChatGPT. So here we are. And again, it was the same prompt. Okay. The first prompt was cute yellow lab service dog stands in front of a train engine. There are gentle hills and green grass behind them. The train is on railroad tracks. Summer sky with light, fluffy clouds. Make this a cartoon format. It's a book for preschoolers. So that's the first one it gave me. Then I came back and I said, that looks great. Create that in a rectangle for me. And this is what it gave me. So then I said, how about a 3:2 format? So I could get that landscape, the horizontal picture. And there we go. So it finally gave that to me. Now it kept the details, the train engine on all of these. It's the same train engines. So it kept that and did that right. It expanded. So it really looks pretty good, except for me personally, I think it's too dark. That's just a style choice. But if I was looking for a graphic, I would certainly consider this one. Except I do have a specific Pipsie in mind. And ChatGPT has helped me create that Pipsie. So let me make two changes to this. Now, ChatGPT keeps the information. We have this conversation going, okay? So I don't have to retype everything each time. And I'm going to say, that's cute. I don't know why I talk to ChatGPT like it's a human sometimes. Just bear with me on that. So ChatGPT, that's cute. Let's make the train engine blue and brighten up the graphic. Sometimes it'll come back asking you for clarification. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, it's getting started. So it started generating. So, all right. Right. 3 of the dogs don't look like service dogs. They don't in all of these. I mean, that's one thing that you're going to have to watch out for. If you want to do something where you need consistency, you're just going to have to really be careful. And that's what drives me crazy, because I want my Pipsie to look like this. So that way he'll be streamlined throughout the book. So now the one time I didn't want it streamlined was for this one. And that's because I didn't have a sad Pipsie. Pipsie's a happy book character for me. So I had to have it create a sad Pipsie for me. So he looks a little different. But for consistency, what you're gonna need to do a lot of tweaking So what I did was I actually created a graphic that I hope I can access on this computer. So I can go in and I can copy and paste Pipsie space and get it the same all across. And I did that for Nona too, but I'm just concentrating on Pipsie right now. Okay, I think I can do it. Okay, so let's see what it comes up with. I left ChatGPT working, so let's go back over here and see what we've got. And I know this is not lifestyle travel or service dog videos, but this is based on my travels with my service dog. And because you all have asked, I wanted to do this. So if you have any questions about it, just let me know. So, all right, this one to me looks better. Now we have the same train, okay, same locomotive, and it has changed it to the blue and it has brightened it up. So something that, just a warning on ChatGPT, it doesn't keep the graphics that you create. And that's why just a second ago you saw it flip from one graphic to the other, and that's because it created it on top of each other. So if I wanted to keep that first graphic, I would say keep this graphic. Or I would just go ahead and open it up immediately and save to computer. But let me show you here. And you can see how it's flipping through for me. I don't need it to flip through, but I'll go back. Okay. There we are. Bring that back up. But there was consistency with the train. The dog is consistent. It is brighter now. I still kind of don't like it, but it's giving me what I asked for. You just have to be very specific when you're creating the graphics. So, hey, busy lady, hi and welcome. Good to hear. I am okay. My kitty is having surgery tomorrow. So nervous about that. Ooh, busy lady, I'm so sorry. I hope your kitty's going to be okay. Is it typical kitty surgery for spay and neuter? I hope nothing's wrong. Okay, it's not showing it again. Okay, let me go back in here. Okay, there we go. This is the ChatGPT dog and train. It's cute. Like I said, I don't really think I like it, but it's cute. Just to me, it still seems a little dark. There's not the contrast that I was hoping for, but I didn't tell it, hey, go from a dark train to a light train or anything like that. So that's okay. So I am going to do one more thing. I'm going to say make the same graphic. This is ChatGPT. Make the same graphic, except add Pipsie in his service dog vest and add Nona. And Nona, just to show you, she's on the back cover. She's supposed to be in a green safari outfit. We'll see if it gets that. And you can see Pipsie's service dog vest there. And Pipsie's vest is a little different. You'll notice that in various books, and that's because his outfit in reality is a little different. So it's processing, it's thinking, it's getting started. I'm a little surprised that it hasn't come back and said, not said, but I'm surprised it hasn't come back and asked questions for clarification, because they will do that. ChatGPT will. I've never had that happen on Bing Create, but ChatGPT, yes. And it just takes whatever time it takes. It doesn't usually take forever, but it can take it a minute. And I'm going to, okay, I started to say I was going to stop sharing, but I see the graphics starting to come in there. We'll just see what it comes up with. Now, I said to make the same graphic except adding Pipsie. I didn't tell it to take the other dog off or where to place them. And I just realized that. Hopefully, by making the same graphic, it's going to put Pipsie in where the other service dog was, and it's going to keep the train the same and everything. And that's not exactly what happened. Okay, so going back into this. All right. So I have a small service dog. Nona's cut off. She's not in her outfit. She doesn't look like Nona. Pipsie doesn't look like Pipsie. So definitely not a graphic I would use, and not a graphic I would even start messing with as far as redoing. So yeah, so much for that one. I'm just going to close this out completely. So, but you do have to be specific, and it's kind of fun because you can make it, like I said, t-shirt. If you're going to do anything with Zazzle, you can make the graphic here. Just keep tweaking it until make yourself look younger. I wonder if it could do that. That's a really interesting concept. Just for fun, let me see if I can find a photo of myself. I'll run this through ChatGPT because it's the only one I can upload a graphic to. And I found one. So let's go in and just see what happens. Hi, hey Gail, ready to dive in. I love their little prompts here. Okay. Whoops, first I'm going to have to download it. Okay, so it's downloaded. I say, take this picture and make me look younger. Watch it give me purple hair or something like that. I've added the graphic. There we go. Now I'll just let it process and go back to that. Can you create images without paying a membership fee? Yes, you can. It just limits you on the number of graphics you can make per day. And you just saw me playing around with this. If I'm making a graphic and I want to make different little tweaks, then every little tweak is a new graphic. So if you make too many in a day, it smacks your hand and you can't do it. But yeah, Busy says, okay. Oh, okay. So Busy has tried it. Okay, let me go back up. Oh, okay, your cat has a skin abscess. I hope removing it goes okay. Okay, she was paid 10 years ago. Okay. I inspired her to start a book about roosters. You're going to, oh gosh, when you do that, make sure you tell me. That just sounds the coolest thing. We'll see how it does when it looks younger. She says it can, but it's hard to get how I want. She played with it a lot. I'll look, and she's going to share her images on Facebook. So I look forward to that. That'll be cute. Type as much as possible at once. Yeah, that's really important. But honestly, of all of these, I have been, as far as creating graphics with Pipsie, I have had, I think, the best luck with the Bing image creator, which is bing.com/create. I'm going to take one of these right now and go in. I'm going to pick one. And I'm going to start adjusting it so you all can see which one do I want. I like the Dell or Doll E versions, DALLE-3. Like I said, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Okay, this is the one. I'm going to work on it. Okay, and it opened up PhotoScape X Pro. Like I said, I did go ahead and buy this years ago. Let me go in here. I'm not sure how much it costs, so let me pull up that. I'm going to go first into ChatGPT for the vanity's sake and just see what the aging reduction is. Okay, I look weird. It does. It looks weird and it won't expand, but okay. Yeah, let's not. All right. Let's go on into the Bing image creator image that I chose. And I'll go in over here to PhotoScape so you all can see. I downloaded it from just typing in Bing.com. I use Bing a lot. Sometimes I use Google. PhotoScape. I want to see if it'll just tell me what the price is. It's you can go into photoscape.org. I didn't remember that. It'll do collages. You can do some animations to make a GIF. Of course, you can print and do stuff like that, but paintbrush, clone stamp, all of that. And it won't give me a real quick and easy price. I even see a pricing tab. Okay, but anyway, so I don't see exactly what I'm looking for, but it gives you an idea. This is the screen to go to download it. I'm going to just toggle this URL and see. Main index. So if you guys are interested in that, I definitely would start with the free version. I don't see a paid version being offered here, so maybe they have stopped that and you don't have to now, but you can play around with it. Or you can just use your favorite photo software that you already have if you're not looking to change it. I'm not saying you have to change it. I'm just saying this is what I use. So, all right. So going into the graphic itself, do you know how to add watermarks to those so nobody can claim them as their own? What I usually do just to add watermark is I will put my name across the front of it in really pale, super pale print graphic. So you don't have, so it's going to be hard for them to take it off, but it's not obvious. That's how I do it. You know, I have still, I used to do a lot of online writing, and I still have people that steal my stuff. So in addition to anything that you do on the photo itself, do periodically do an image search to see what you can come up with. Valerie's asking for the link. It's photoscape.org. Here we go. There you are, photoscape.org. I don't know if they've done away with the paid plan or what they've done there. Let me just type in PhotoScape X. Okay, when I type in PhotoScape X, I'll give you that link. So a different website comes up. I still don't see anything about pricing though. Let me see. Oh, here we go. PhotoScape X Pro now is the paid version. Okay. $39.99 is what it says. Okay, Busy says she sent me one of the images that she made. Did you send it by Facebook? Do you want me to show it? If you send it on Facebook, I can show it. I think I can. There we go. This is so cute. Can I show it? Busy, can I get your approval to show it? Okay, it's so cute. All right, you all, this is Busy's graphic. She's running from her chickens. Those mean old roosters. That's so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is so cute. Okay, so let me get back over here to the graphic. Let me make sure I can show it. Window. Entire screen. Let me see if it'll let me go for the entire screen. Whoops. Okay, this is going to look really weird. Let me end this. Okay. So I might not be able to do exactly what I want, which is going to be sad. Okay, here we go. Screen 1. Okay, I think I can do it here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the dog. But I don't need to take off the whole dog. I'm just going to clone stamp it to get started here, just to kind of show you can do this. Clone stamp is a wonderful tool. So I am removing the dog. But there's actually an easier way that I found to make adjustments. I don't need to get rid of the whole dog. I just want to change it a little bit. So to do that, go to revert, get rid of all that. I'm actually going to go in and use liquify, which is a tool I use a lot. And I'm just going to kind of push everything in. See how I'm just kind of pushing everything in on the dog? And that's because I know what I want Pipsie to look like. And I am going to superimpose his little face right on top of this. Now I am going to go through and clone stamp in a minute, but for right now, I'm just doing a quick and dirty little adjustment here, just kind of to show you how I do it. I like doing it this way because it doesn't take as much time. And if I wanted it to, I could have typed in, to tell it to have a blue service dog vest or a pink service dog vest or, whatever you wanted for that. So now I'm going to go into the clone stamp. I'm just going to get rid of some of this extra stuff that I don't need that's on the dog's back. Now, if I was doing this for the book for publication, I would be more careful and just make sure that everything I'm doing is smooth and even and right on the money. And I noticed that there is a line that I'm missing, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to pick up the right color for the line. That looks a little thick. Tweak it just a little bit. And merge. So there we go. I have this really warped looking, psychedelic looking dog. Yes, you can definitely share another one, and I'll put it up here. So now really on this, there's not that much that I really need to do except put a face on him. And I don't like having the number 3. So I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to use my spot healing brush and take it out with that one. So I got to do this a couple of times for some reason tonight. It's being a pain. Spot healing didn't do everything I want to do, so I'm just going to go in. I'm going to pick up green, and I'm just going to paint it. Okay. There we go. I feel like it should have a dog's name there, but we'll see. Okay, so now I'm just going to insert his head. Downloads. And there I have a perfectly recognizable Pipsie, except there's this tag here that's green. I can't live with that. I got to change the tag color. Let me see. Paint bucket blue. It's wanting to look a little purple. So I can go back in and I can just overlay a blue circle right on top of it. Since I don't like the painting, And I'm going to go ahead and have it say Pipsie. I use specific text for Pipsie, a specific font. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose the font that I usually use. Which is Comic Sans. Now, Stellar Piper hates Comic Sans because so many people use it for something other than kids' books, and it makes her twitch. Whoops. So there we go. It says Pipsie now. Did you say this is $39 a month? It wasn't. I'll go back and look at it though. Valerie says she needs to be going to bed. She has to be up at 4. Valerie, thank you for coming in. I hope you have a phenomenal trip. Absolutely phenomenal. For those of you all who don't know, Valerie Reese, it's all about the adventure, is going to Peru tomorrow. So hopefully sometime this week or next week or whenever she has time, hopefully we'll get to see some videos, some photos, some stories. That's what we're going to hope for. Okay, and going back to what Busy said, $39 a month. Now, I didn't pay $39 a month for it, and this is saying that it's $39.99. I just pulled it up. I don't know if it'll let me share 50 billion screens. I'm just going to try it. Okay. So this says $39.99. Open in the Microsoft Store. It doesn't look like it would be per month. It looks like it's a one time. If you find out differently, though, let me know. Be safe, Val, by the way. She's probably already gone. I didn't say that. But be safe. I don't think it is. I just paid one time. But I've had it for a few years. But it didn't, when I pulled it up just a minute ago to look, it didn't seem like it was, didn't sound like it was monthly. It sounds like it's just a straight pay. But you can do a lot with the free version. They may have a trial. I don't know. I'm just guessing on that. But I would check that out. Now I'm going in. I don't like the happy face on the sun, so I'm going in and taking it out. And what I'm doing that is there is a spot healing brush. And it's letting me take it out without changing the general shape of the sun or anything like that. I'm not having to paint anything else or do anything like that. What's it called again? It's called PhotoScape. So there you go. And I'm pretty satisfied with this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save it. Oh, wait, no, I'm not yet. I just want to show you just one of the really, what I think is pretty cool things, and that is it's got stickers you can use. So if you want to add stickers to it, you can. Let me see. They've got different types: chocolate, music, critters, or icons, or whatever you want to call these little people, little. They've got those. Here we go. I just locked it up. Anyway, I was going to put a Santa Claus hat on Pipsie just because 'tis the season coming up, but I have locked up my computer. Can I do anything? Why, no, I can't. Oh, well. So that gives you an idea. But that's how I did the graphics for the books. So you can go through. Oh, now it's back up. Here's the Santa hat. And you can tip it however you want to. And if you want to change side, change size, anything like that, then you can do that. So that gives you some ideas there. You can play around with it. I enjoy it. I use it not just for graphics, but I use it for photos, any kind of editing like that I want to do. I use PhotoScape. And I'm going to save this graphic. I'm also going to post it over in the group. Just because. Thanks. Yeah, it is really cute. I've used this program for years and I really like it. John, my dear husband, likes to use Photoshop. And I'm like, you can pay big bucks for that, but I'm not going to. But he uses it for work, so he actually got his job to pay for it. So there you go. I'll ask for it for Christmas. I could use it for my book. There you go. I'm excited about your book. What program or platform or website do you usually go to? Inquiring minds want to know. Because I've really had best luck with Bing Create. But I still use ChatGPT too. I will use that sometimes as a starting point. I've actually started using it for some of my graphics, my thumbnails for YouTube. Not that I use it definitively or anything like that, but I'll be confused about like what layout should I use or what colors should I use. And I'll type it in and say, this is what I'm doing. Can you give me a mock layout? And it will do that. And then I go back and I can actually create the thumbnail that I want to use. Idea generation, basically. Yes, it is free. Only been using ChatGPT. Okay. I like it. Yeah. And the thing about Bing is there is a limit. It's a much higher limit than what you get on ChatGPT if you're making graphics. But it's got the different, like you can go to ChatGPT. You can go to Bing Create and you can use the DAEE-3 and it'll create 4 graphics for you at the same time. Or you can use the Chat-40 and use that. So play around with it. I like the DAEE-3 for what I'm using it for, rather. I don't want anything realistic. I want it to be fun. I want it to be vibrant. But, there's a couple of different options there. Yeah. So it's a matter of not just the type of graphic, but what kind of input that you want. Because with ChatGPT, you can get a lot more characters in there and give it a lot more input. But I think that as far as the time consumption out of your day, my day, for me, I'll start with ChatGPT. Then I'll go through and I will just adjust it however I want to. And like on the train, it gave me a really cute graphic with Pipsie where I didn't have to go in and do a lot of changing. But I do want him as the main character to have a consistent look. So one of the things that I've done to help with that is once I got a graphic that I wanted, I just did it, made it by itself and put it on a transparent background. So then all I have to do is plop it in. I do still have to have some of the adjustments done like you saw me do to kind of smush everything in. But, it's faster. You learn little tricks as you go. So I can pull that up and show you again what I mean. Just a second here to get into that. And you can create, one of the things that I like about the PhotoScape is that you can create your graphics with a transparent background easily. And on some programs, it's just not easy. So let me see if I can pull it up. And I'll show you more of what I mean here in a sec. Okay, live streaming. Okay, here we are. I'm back to that. And this Pipsie looks cute, with his head now. I'm pretty happy with that. But if I want it to look exactly like Pipsie and I wanted him to be in the harness that I like and so forth, then I would liquefy this down. Just kind of to smush it together there just because it's faster. Now, I can't do it where the grass is because it's going to distort the grass too much. And on this part, I really don't care if this part of it's distorted because the actual Pipsie graphic is going to cover it up. But see, with the grass, as I move it along, that distorts. So I'll just go through and I'll clone stamp this. I freaking love clone stamping. And my husband, he was like, "You're going to love this." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." Well, this time he was right. I do. So I would have to go in and do some work to kind of clean it up as far as the background on this, because I'm doing it. I'm pulling the graphic from this quadrant right down here in the lower right, and I'm superimposing it over here on the left. So were this an actual book, I would be going through and doing more to take care of that so it blend in. So there you go. I'm just going to undo that, make all that go away. I could certainly take it from this side. But either way I would have to do some changing just to make it to where it looks more right. Now, a lot of this is going to be covered up in just a second. But once you get your characters' bodies the way you want it, it does make it easier because you can streamline it. And I'm not recreating the Pipsie graphic every time I come in here. I've also found that if I use the liquify tool, I do have to watch it because I can easily distort things. But for me, it's a lot faster. Otherwise, I'd have to go in and I'd have to clone stamp every single thing that I just did, and I don't like doing that because I think it takes more time. Now, it took me forever to figure this out. I will say that, which was kind of a pain. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to clone stamp just a little bit. Boom. And I'm just going to insert Pipsie right in here. Pipsie standing cutout. Boom. And that just saved me a bunch of clone stamping. And if I want to make him look bigger, I can pretty much change everything on there. He's going to be a little bit out of proportion. If I want him more in proportion, I would have to come in and clean all of this stuff up around underneath him. But you can see it's not hard. I did have to create Pipsie in the graphic and take out the background first, so I could just throw them on there. So that took time because it's layers. It's just layers. But I've got him. Let's say I want to put Nona in there. Let me see if I can get my Nona head here, or Nona person, I should say. Well, I see Nona, but I don't see anything but her head. So that's on the other computer, which I can't find right now. So let me do this. I'll show you some more on PhotoScape. You're going to learn more about PhotoScape than you ever wanted to know. Okay. So we have Nona and Pipsie. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, okay, that actually didn't open it up in the program I'd wanted it to open up in. Open with PhotoScape X. There we go. Isn't this so crazy? So what I would do on this is I want Nona and I don't want really anything else. So edit. I am going to just make everything that I can possibly make go away. I'm going to do that. And just take it all out. I know, Pipsie, you're going to this time. It's okay. Because I'm going to want this white background in just a minute. Paint. And this is not going to be a perfect graphic by any means because I'm just doing it really fast, basically to show you can do it. Were this an actual graphic, I would go through and I would do the cleanup. And crop. Okay, so I'm just going to save her and go into cutout, and I'm going to add it again, put her back in there, and I'm going to take out as much of the background as I can. And again, this isn't anything that, like, I would be doing this much more carefully. But I just want to give you an idea of what it can do, which is taking some of the work out. So, all right, make that go away. If I want to put Nona in, I just go in Image. I can cut out, boom. I can put Nona right there. And I'm not worried about her having anything in her hand right now. That's fine with me. If her hand's like sticking out. And then I can put Pipsie right over there, bring them to front. And boom. And I pretty much successfully covered up all of that other dog. So boom. That's not too complicated. You know, it can get complicated, but you have to go in and create your graphics and all that first. And even with it being kind of halfway done here, I'll post this online. Pipsie train. And then you can kind of see the end result of what I did and pick it apart. So, she needs to look 20 years younger to look like you, LOL. Oh, that's funny. Thank you. Oh, my stars. Okay. I have got your other I've got your other graphic here. Let me pull it up. I got to share this. It's so cute. All right. I don't know if I want to know the whole story here. I see a phone flying through the air going into the fire. I don't know if that's an accident or if you're just mad at your phone. That's a cute graphic, though. And you said ChatGPT did that one? A friend loves it. Okay. It's funny. So, but what time period are you kind of looking at for your book? Do you think it'll be spring, summer? Inquiring minds want to know. But just whenever it is, don't forget to tell me. See the fly? I was trying to get her and the phone slipped out of my hands. Oh no. That can be an expensive fly. I hope your phone was insured and you had the warranty on it. Oh, I don't know. It's like a side hobby. I've not thought about that. Okay. I'm glad she got the phone. So, yay. One thing I've been hesitant about is doing the videos. I haven't tried those. So if you do that, let me know. I did one and I really didn't like it because it had Nona and Pipsy, and Nona looked like she was trying to do the Macarena or something. It was weird. So no AI videos for that one. You're doing a great job. You know what prompts to put in. So let me know. Let me know. We can have a virtual book signing when you get your book out. I'm actually working on another one, but I don't know if the next book that I'm working on, I don't know if it's going to be public or not. My granddaughter just had her first dance recital. She was so cute. Everybody was just absolutely stinking adorable, right? Because it's a dance recital and she's 3.5. So what do they do for a dance recital? They wave their arms and they jump up and down. I mean, that's what happens. So I'm doing a book about service dog Pipsy going to a dance recital. That's the next one. But I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's going to be public or not. And if you can do these things without them being public, you can do them just for you or just for a family member. I mean, it's graphics. It's like hair. Change them up. Have fun. We need more fun in life. I'm just saying. But that would be, whenever you get it done, let me know. We'll just have a virtual book signing and figure that out. Okay, well, I hear my new service dog in there making all kinds of crazy noises. We put him back in his crate, so he's not happy about that. So I'm going to have to go check on him with that. There is a big error in this video where he decided to relieve himself in the bathroom. So I am going to clip that out. So it takes YouTube 24 hours to process it before I can do anything with the video. So after that, I'll be able to clip that out. So ignore that. You take care, Busy. Thank you for sharing your graphics. You've done a really nice job. Really nice job. So, all right. Yeah, it's the first time he's done that. And I thought we were beyond that, So, yeah. Not real happy. But at least it wasn't on carpet. So, we're going to have to think of something. So, okay. But, Busy, you take care. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. I hope some of this has been helpful. And let me know. We'll do that virtual book signing. All right. So, to everyone, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give me a like on the live stream. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so, because, what are you waiting for, right? All right. Take care. I'll see you Sunday. Yes, right? So, he knows better, clearly, but I don't know. We'll just leave him in the crate when he's not. Normally, he's been tethered to me. But with the live stream, I thought, well, I would just let him out and let him walk around. And that was not doing that again. But yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, you all, thanks for watching. Have a great week, and I will see you Sunday night here at 7:30. Y'all take care. And don't forget, be bodacious. Don't let life get in the way of living. Take care, y'all. Good night.